Hey, what's up? So ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be ranking every single item in Fortnite from worst to best. We've ranked guns, players, and even game modes, but what I thought would be interesting to do today is look at the lesser sought items in Fortnite. Specifically, all the items. So in this video, we're going to be ranking things like traps, launch pads, and all the healing items that are encompassed in Fortnite. And putting them on one big list from, as always, worst to best. Now, just as a side note, this is actually my last video that's going to be made in here. So the vinyls, they're already gone. We're moving to a new house, new office. So yeah, kind of exciting. Anyways though, guys, let's get into it. So coming in at the lowest spot on this list, I don't think anyone is gonna be surprised by this. It is the bush. I find it very weird that there's gonna be some uncommon items that rank in the top 5, yet a legendary item comes in at number 13. But can we just be honest? Like, the bush is poop. First of all, it's extremely rare. It's as rare as a scar. Just think about every time you found a bush and imagine that was a gold scar, and then you can die a little bit more inside. I mean, the bush is good if you're trying to play a campy game, but in my opinion, you're better off to just find a normal bush and just camp in that. You take 1 point of damage and you lose it, so not only is it bad, it's useless, and it could have been a gold scar. But anyways, I believe that hands down, it is the worst item in all of Fortnite. Moving on to our next spot, the number 2 worst item in Fortnite, this is actually going to be grenades. Now, in my opinion, I really don't think grenades are all that bad. The reason that I'm putting them so low is number one, I feel like nobody ever really uses these things long term, and more importantly is that there's better alternatives. You're gonna see this the same way with bandages a little bit further on this list, but there's no point in having grenades if you have a grenade launcher or an RPG. Grenades are good, and realistically, the bush, in my opinion, is the only thing that's like on this list and actually bad. But the thing with grenades at the end of the day is there's just better alternatives. Moving on to our number 3 worst spot on this list, this is actually going to be the spike trap. So again, this is something that I feel really bad putting this low on the list because I do think the spike trap can be really good. If you are a skilled player, you know how to use it, you know where to place it, it really can just absolutely save you in a game. That being said, I think 90% of players pick up a trap and it's just in their inventory forever, and the only time they ever even pull it out is when they're trying to switch to their launch pad or their cozy campfire. It's not bad, and I gotta be honest, it kills me more than it should, but I think at the end of the day, most players don't know how to use a trap, and that's why I'm putting it pretty low. Okay, so moving on to our next spot, this is actually number 10, 4th worst. It's gonna be bandages. So bandages are a pretty interesting one. They heal 15 per... There's a fucking bug on my roof. Also, yeah, I have my pants off because it's really hot in here. Ah! So bandages are a pretty interesting one because you can stack 15, they heal 15, which means in total, bandages can heal 225 health. That's more than shields, chug jugs, and cozy campfires. That being said, the obvious problem and huge drawback of bandages is the fact that you can only heal up to 75. And I think the reason that they're gonna place pretty low on this list, again, it's very similar to the idea of grenades, is like, yeah, bandages are great when you have nothing else to heal with, but it's probably the last thing you're gonna wanna carry around. No one's going to forfeit a shield, mini shield, or med kit for bandages. And while they're not that bad, they come in at number 10 on our list. Okay, so moving on, guys, this is going to be the Boogie Bomb. The Boogie Bomb, in my opinion, is very underrated. You can carry 2 at a time, and it's basically a free kill. The thing is, though, is it's basically a free kill. If you're a good player, again, it comes back to that. If you know how to use a Boogie Bomb well, it truly is. It's just, you're just giving yourself a free kill. There's no other item in Fortnite that is quite like it, that stops the player from attacking you for 5 seconds, leaves them completely vulnerable. They can't even build, and then you're just free to kill them. The thing with Boogie Bombs, in my opinion, is that although they're very good, people don't use them because you only have 5 slots. That's usually going to be 3 or 4 guns and 2 heals, and at the end of the day, you just can't afford to give one of those things up for Boogie Bombs. But that being said, I really do think that Boogie Bombs are a very underrated item in Fortnite. Plus, they've got like the best music ever. No, don't, please, Roman, don't. No, I thought that might be funny. Don't.
Nope.
I will never talk to you again, please. Moving on to our number 8 spot, ladies and gentlemen, we have Slurp Potions. So Slurps and Bandages are great. So the thing I find with Slurps is that you either come across it and it's a free 25 shield, or you come across it and it is the greatest thing of all time. Because if you're running around at 75 health, maybe you have like 50 shield, and you find a Slurp, it's perfect. But that being said, let's say you land in it like tilted and you find a Slurp potion instead of mini shields or a big shield, it's kind of disappointing. Now you can carry 2 Slurps, which give you a total of 100 total health, but just the fact that they actually take your HP from 75 up to 100, in my opinion, is really key, and it comes in at number 8. Moving on from here, we've got one of my favorite items in all of Fortnite. It is the Impulse Grenade. I can hardly think of a better thing they've ever added into Fortnite. When I first saw this thing, and I think even maybe Fortnite expected this, it was supposed to be a defensive tool to sort of skew your enemy, make him go to another place and just completely throw him off, but it ended up being like one of the most pleasingly and effective offensive items in Fortnite. I mean, it's just so satisfying to use, and it's so effective if used right. To be able to cover 25 meters in 1 second, you can carry 8 of these things, is absolutely amazing. It's great for getting out of the storm, it's great for rushing people, and I mean, you can always use it to just make people fly off mountains. But anyways, moving on to our number 6 spot, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the highest ranked non-healing item on this list, which means it's pretty good. It's the launch pad. So the launch pad, in my opinion, is in the same category as your impulse grenades. It's a mobility tool that can be used offensively or running from the storm, I guess even defensively if you're in a bad situation. And unlike an impulse grenade, you can use it for your entire team. I think that this was the best non-healing item that Fortnite ever introduced into the game. And on top of them being so great, so effective, and useful, it's a trap slot, so it doesn't actually take up your inventory. If this thing was a inventory item, it would still be very good, but the fact that it is the way it is, it just puts it up into that upper tier. But anyways, launch pads I think are undisputedly amazing, and they come in at number 6. So moving down to our number 5 spot, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the highest ranked trap item on the list, and it is the Cozy Campfire. So Cozy Campfires heal 2 HP every second for 25 seconds, giving you a total of 50 health or 200 for a team of 4. And you can carry as many as you want of them. Now, this is the thing with Cozy Campfires. They're really good, but they're slow. And sometimes slow is not what you want. 200 health is awesome. Unlimited stacking, also awesome. But again, if you're in a really big gunfight, sometimes you don't have 25 seconds to heal up. They're absolutely amazing if you're in a squad situation where you're at that point, everybody has taken some damage, but no one wants to use their med kits. You just kind of let everyone heal up a little bit and just get back to that 100. You can also set 2 down beside each other. They'll both work at the same time. It's overall just a great thing. But I think at the end of the day, despite being really good, the slow heal time is definitely a huge drawback. All right, so moving down to our number 4 spot, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Chug Jug. Now, I'm not sure where to start with this. I think we should start with the good side. So the Chug Jug can heal a lot of health, but you can only carry 1, and it's very slow. It takes 15 seconds to use. Although I'm never sad to see a Chug Jug, I think the big problem with it is that, again, it's the time and the single use. I personally like finding Chug Jugs on other players and then using them, but it's not something that I prefer to really carry around with me. It's absolutely great in squads, but if you're getting into a lot of quick fights, it's not really the best thing to be carrying around. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it is a free 100 shield and whatever HP you're at, so I don't think you can really complain. So at our number 3 spot, ladies and gentlemen, this might be a little bit surprising. It's actually going to be the Big Shield. So the Big Potion gives 50 shield, and on top of that, it can go beyond your normal 50 range of the shield. But to be completely honest, in my opinion, this shield is a little bit overrated. You can only stack 2 big shields at a time, meaning your total health that you can actually get from a shield in one inventory slot is 100. And while yes, you can go beyond that 50 range, a lot of the time it's not worth it in the overall health, especially if you're playing a squad game. Don't get me wrong, shields are obviously really good, but I think that there are a certain better type of shields, if you know what I'm saying, which brings me down to our number 2 item. It's the mini shield. Actually, you probably saw the thumbnail, so you probably knew. So from my overall understanding, I feel like mini shields are underrated. You can carry 10 mini shields at a time. They're super quick to pop. They only heal 25, but you can carry a total of 10 of them, giving you 250 health in one single item slot. Now, obviously, the huge drawback with minis is they only go up to 50, but if you're playing a squad game, this is often all you need. In my opinion, it's better to have a full team with all 150 health than, you know, someone like a 200 and a 100 and just all scattered all over the place. And mini shields are great. It's awesome to have a team that can just stack these and just go with it. Also, it's really awesome in solos if you're getting into fights, but you're a better player. What you can do with these is, just carry them. You might take a shot or two, and as you play through, just use your 2 shields. Quick heal. They're great. They're great for long use, and they're even great for being in the middle of a battle when you just need a quick pop. In my opinion, mini shields were the best item ever introduced into Fortnite, and they come in at number 2. But ladies and gentlemen, coming in at our number 1 spot, it is the item that can actually heal the most for a single inventory slot. Healing in Fortnite is the most important. It doesn't matter how many launch pads you have, how many grenades you have, or whatever, even if you're a full team of bushes. At the end of the day, it's all about health. And the medkit is the greatest healing item in Fortnite. So while the medkit does take 10 seconds to heal, you can stack 3 at a time, giving you a total healing capacity of 297. Each one heals 100, but you obviously need 1 health to be alive anyways, so that's the total max. So besides just the overall great amount of health it can give you, I think at the end of the day, it's the 3 stack, and it's the fact that you can go beyond 75 health. While shield is important, health is much more important, and at the end of the day, it's really just what you need. You can carry 3 for your team. I mean, yes, there's other things that can heal, but at the end of the day, you want a medkit. Okay, you want a medkit over bandages, you want a medkit over a slurp, and in my opinion, I would take 2 medkits over a chug jug. Because the thing with the chug jug is you just use it when you got it. But medkits are just the thing you always want in your inventory. And at the end of the day, that is why they come in at number 1, because they're just so absolutely essential for a long-term game. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be our video for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. If you're already subscribed, hit that like button, and that's pretty much it. Again, for some longer term viewers or anyone that happens to care, I am moving out. This is my last video at the church, so this is all gone. This is gonna be gone soon. We're moving into a new, actually bigger office, so there's gonna be a lot of cool stuff in there. Really excited to make that look sharp and just awesome. It's been real, and there's gonna be no break in uploading, but you guys will just see the new spot. Anyways, peace out, you freaking nerds. I'll talk to you later. Boom. Roasted. Anyways, bye. The problem is you can only carry 1 of them. Also, where is this bug coming from? Get you.